Let's actually just Shaman here. Bring out a collar. And next turn, hopefully we'll have a Bayoff. Assuming he didn't actually draw in a ley line of punishment. Probably a good idea for him to be cracking these fetch lands here. Stagger Shock's a nice play here. I don't like for him, unless he has Ball Lightning, that, and he doesn't if he played the Teetering Peaks, that, you know, I mean, he's taking a lot of card effort to get me down to 20. You know, it seems difficult for him to kind of keep up here, and I'm not criticizing him. I know it's probably an awkward 6-card draw, and he had to do it, but yeah, it's just a difficult situation. And it's kind of where red deck wins peters out. As far as a deck in this archetype, you know, it's certainly cheap enough to play on Moto. It's certainly a competitive deck. You know, it definitely does have a good matchup against John. It kills Turboland. I'm assuming it, you know, destroys Valakut Titan. So, you know, it's a good deck to be playing right now. It's just, this can't be his best matchup either. And especially since I'm about to equip Collar. Unless he Earthquakes for 5 here. Which is exactly what he's doing. Which is fine. You know, especially when you just draw gas. So, you know, when in doubt, run good. I think, you know, that's always a good axiom to live by. And let's just F6 through this. And again, I'm still at 20. It seems pretty hard for him. And yeah, Hellspark Elemental, it's just going to be hard. So I guess in this situation, you know, I think I go ahead and equip and attack here. Hopefully he'll bolt in response, which would be awesome. See, the reason not to do that is obviously, I mean, you can see I have Bloodbraid Elf in my hand, and he certainly doesn't know that, but it's one thing you want to anticipate. And I hope you guys are making equal note of my terrible plays here. So, obviously the problem now is, you know, I just get my guy back, he wasted a card. And, you know, certainly I don't gain 4 life, but that doesn't really matter at this point anyway. And I don't think, you know, now that I have Collar on, I can cascade into anything but a creature, so. Makes it a little awkward for him. Let's go ahead and do this. So, yeah, I mean, it's getting bolted again, which, you know, means it's going down to 6 here. He does have Hellspark in the graveyard, so I'm effectively at 13. Kind of surprised he's not using it here. Unless he has something amazing set for my turn. Don't think I'm casting Fauna Shaman here. It's always hard not to get greedy, I guess. Obviously, if he gets rid of Bloodbraid Elf here, I'm going to cast a Shaman. And just try to get and make sure he doesn't top deck a Bolt or what have you. And I'd love it to actually attack when I click on it here. Alrighty then. Can I attack with you? No. Well, let's log back out and log back in. Thank you, Magic Online. It always could be my internet too. I've had problems with that lately. I can only assume he's bolting it here. Yeah, he or Stagger Shock, which, certainly makes my decision to not play the Shaman easy. Stagger Shock seems like a pretty good card right now. Yeah, I think playing the Shaman's the right play. It certainly can go for the win next turn. It's hard, though, just having that free card available. So I'd be interested in hearing feedback on that. So there's an unearth. Obviously. Oh, okay. Don't think I'm blocking either of these. So, if I draw a creature, I'm going to try and go for Bloodbraid. Or maybe a Baloth. Bloodbraid seems better with the amount of land I have. But it's definitely getting a little awkward now that, drawing a few lands, Keys stepping into some gas, so I have to see where it goes from here. So, regardless, I attack. I'm effectively at 7 now. Well, that's certainly helpful. I have 6 lands. I guess I don't need to do anything fancy. So, is there anything I can go into Purge, which would really be awkward? Or I can go to for Baloth, get the safe win right now, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's the much safer play than Bloodbraid, even though Bloodbraid's certainly fine there. Very little chance I'm going to cascade into the bad card, but not worth the risk. He's certainly thinking about this one. Life gain trigger, please go off. Thank you. And I think it's just an equip and pass. So, yeah, I do think that's the best play every time. More confident about that than some other plays I've made in this match, definitely. And there we go. So, hopefully gave you, a bit to chew on, a bit about my style, how I play, how the deck works. We'll start getting into 8-man queues and maybe even a daily event as we go along here. I'm going to want to play with this in Movie Maker and make sure this works. Certainly any critique you have would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to try and play this in about 10 days here at Star City Games Minneapolis. So I'm going to be making tweaks to this deck. This deck's going to change a bit. We're going to kind of go through those together. And hopefully, this has been at least somewhat interesting, and let me know if there's any way I can improve. So, until next time, take care.